When I went through that doorway, it was very dark in that hallway, and all of a sudden, a man came upon me and tapped me on my shoulder.
Was your car drove by, saw a female hand throwing a gun out of the car. You're the only female in the car. You don't want to talk about it? You very confident that Puffy will be found innocent in this trial?
Yes, I will.
You're going to testify?
If they need me.
But you haven't been asked.
I haven't been asked to.
It's a difficult time.
They can literally strike some of her testimony because they can't ask follow-up questions. Blessings and prayers that Cassie's baby is healthy. If you guys haven't heard, Cassie has gone into labor. It is unknown on whether it is a premature labor.
Doing behind closed doors with their wife or with their husband, how they please each other, they grown. That's none of their business. But what I know, he ain't forced no woman against their will to do anything.
What if America's beloved Latina icon wasn't just dancing around the truth, but hiding it? What if behind the $1 Million Smile, blockbuster hits, and red carpet romance with Ben Affleck, there was a secret sealed in blood and bullet casings? In 1999, Jennifer Lopez stood handcuffed next to Sean Diddy Combs after a nightclub shooting. J-Lo walked away. Now decades later, federal agents are circling again, and whispers say the fairy tale was always a cover story, because if the rumors are true, J-Lo didn't just witness the crime, she helped bury it.
If you recall, the last time that you were here,
Yes.
I was telling you that I could always see you getting back with Puffy in a little way.
I remember you said
Yes.
that. Yes.
Or in my mind.
Look at.
Or in my mind, getting together permanently with
First of all,
Pitbull.
wait, Pitbull, it's crazy. Everybody came alive. They
Everybody
all
has-
had something to say.
Yeah, everybody has an opinion.
Yes, it's funny to me.
So, but all right, so no Puffy.
You know, we know what happened, and we hope, that it all turns out the way it's supposed to.
You had to be disturbed by a report in the New York paper yesterday.
Yeah.
It said an eyewitness along 8th Avenue as your car drove by saw a female hand throwing a gun out of the car.
Ridiculous. I don't even
You're the
wanna
only
address
female
it.
in the car. You don't want to talk about it?
Ridiculous.
You very confident that Puffy will be found innocent in this trial?
Yes, I will.
You're going to testify?
If they need me.
But you haven't been asked
I
yet.
haven't been asked to.
It's a difficult time.
It was just past 2 a.m. in December 1999 when chaos exploded inside Club New York, a trendy Manhattan hotspot buzzing with celebrities, champagne, and ego. Sean Puff Daddy Combs arrived with his rising star girlfriend Jennifer Lopez draped on his arm. With them was a 21-year-old rapper named Jamal Shine Barrett, an artist signed to Bad Boy Records, but the night spiraled. A man allegedly threw cash in Diddy's face, sparking an argument. Then gunfire followed. 3 shots rang out, screams, blood on the floor, and while a woman named Natania, Reuben, took a bullet to the face, another patron was hit in the shoulder.
I have told everyone ad nauseum since then, even the surgeon who did the surgery, to take the bullet. I got in my face with a 9mm hollow point bullet called a cop killer. I literally have told everyone and never changed what I said. I watched him. I got pow-powed in the face. I watched him fire the gun. I've said it all this time. Even the surgeon who did my surgery to take out part of the bullet fragments that was aspirating into my lungs and try to remove as many bullet fragments as possible testified in the criminal trial that while they were putting me under, I was screaming, Puffy, pew pew me in the face.
The trio fled in a Lincoln Navigator. Minutes later, police pulled them over. Inside, a 9mm Glock hidden in the car's trunk. All 3 were arrested. J-Lo, wearing a blood-stained coat, sobbed in cuffs. But while Shine was sentenced to 10 years in prison for the shooting, Diddy beat the case, and J-Lo was never charged. And now, that surviving bullet victim has come out with gory details.
There were talks, I guess it was Suge Knight who put it out there, that they think maybe the feds could have gotten to Ben, showed him some more stuff about J-Lo's involvement. Do you think that's far-fetched, or you think that's actually a possibility?
I don't think it's far-fetched at all. There's been talk about a J-Lo DVD from back in the days. I remember that. I'm 54. I've seen a lot. I've been out here for the majority of this stuff. I've seen a lot, the origin stories of these. It is not far-fetched at all. And perhaps what the feds have showed Ben or told him about was the video from the club with him shooting me, as well as other things. I know a video exists. When I had gotten to...
To this day, there are rumors that J-Lo smuggled the gun into the club in her handbag. Some allege she passed it back to Diddy or Shine. But the truth? It's been buried for 25 years. Until now.
As not being the singer to the songs, and you collected royalties for all these years for songs that you did not sing. Ashanti, Brandy, Natasha Ramos, a whole lot of other countless women and men whose music you took and perpetuated a fraud that you were the singer when we know you couldn't carry a tune in a bag, girl, if it had a Versace handle on it. You can't sing. No secret to anyone.
In 2023, Cassie Ventura finally broke. After years of silence, the former R&B singer and longtime girlfriend of Diddy filed a shocking lawsuit accusing him of abuse, trafficking, and manipulation. In one harrowing detail, Cassie claimed Diddy once forced her to hold a loaded gun just to prove her loyalty.
I told you guys about the fact that Diddy would make fun to everybody. Now, Diddy's ex-assistant, I'm putting together this for you, testified a couple of days ago that Diddy was bragging like, yeah, I got this young John, she be doing anything I want, right? He wasn't just bragging to that. He literally delighted in the control he had over Cassie. While Lauren London, Chef Jordan, and Capricorn Clark were in the kitchen, Cassie wasn't allowed to be with the other women. Diddy called her in and was like, yo, Cassie, come in. She came in like a robot, didn't say anything. He's like, I'm gonna show y'all bees why y'all don't have a man like me, right? He said, come here. She came over. Come here, sit down, turn around, go pick up that remote. Now bring it back. Now turn around. Now do this. He basically told her to get on one leg and bark like a dog.
Cassie said he controlled her movements, finances, even her thoughts. On the witness stand, Cassie wept as she recalled how Diddy used women like pawns, coerced, frightened, and disposable. And suddenly eyes turned back to 1999 because that same year, Jennifer Lopez, young, rising, and loyal to Diddy, was allegedly the one who smuggled the weapon that nearly killed a woman. She was never charged, but was she another gun mule? Another woman manipulated to protect the empire?
They can literally strike some of her testimony because they can't follow up questions. Blessings and prayers that Cassie's baby is healthy. If you guys haven't heard, Cassie has gone into labor. It is unknown on whether it is a premature labor.
Cassie's claims don't just sound new. They echo the same control, the same silencing, the same blurred line between loyalty and fear.
Well, not quite safety, but gotten away from the main area of the club. And we went into the corresponding kitchen for the hotel connected. There were a bunch of people standing around, and then people were running from through this door off to the right, kind of diagonally off to the right. And so people were like, go this way, go this way. And I too went into that doorway trying to find an exit. Going through that doorway was very dark. That's where you've seen me on other podcasts say that there was something on the floor, a piece of metal. God told me to touch the floor. I picked it up, stuck it in my bag. It ended up being a big, chunky gold bracelet, like you see the rappers wear, a huge bracelet made out like a bicycle chain link with diamonds and gold. And my friend ended up...
And through it all, J-Lo has remained silent. She's never spoken publicly about what happened that night. But with federal probes cracking open Diddy's past, silence may not be an option anymore. Because if Cassie's story is true, then maybe Shine wasn't the only one who took the fall.
Come here, sit down, turn around, go pick up that remote. Now bring it back. Now turn around. Now do this. He basically told her to get on one leg and bark like a dog. This is why other women are in the room. Cassie didn't say anything. She silently did every command he barked at her, and he was delighting, like, jump on one foot, do this, do that. She did all of that while other women were in the room, and then quietly left. And Diddy was like, that's why you bees don't have any men. And Capricorn Clark was like, you MFing right. Right, Table Talk with Mimi exclusive said, Tisa, you're the best. I looked at, oh, thank you so much, you guys. Make sure you guys follow Table Talk by Mimi. So anyway, let me get back into this because you guys, this was so sick and sobering, right?
Inside the courtroom, something didn't sit right. According to reports and leaked transcripts, Jennifer Lopez gave a statement to the police the night of the shooting, one that allegedly helped paint Jamal Shanae Barrow as the shooter. Despite her initial arrest and the presence of blood on her clothing, J-Lo walked free, but behind the scenes, things got murky. Shanae's legal team claimed the prosecution and bad boy insiders played dirty. Witnesses were allegedly coached, the jury pool suspiciously compliant, and strangest of all, J-Lo's mugshot was mysteriously altered.
Hold it, guys, hold it, guys, hold it, guys. Hold it, guys, open up the project. Don't leave. Just sign, don't leave. You guys get out of control.
Do you have any comments about P. Diddy and the allegations?
Back up, look, don't leave, don't leave. Just sign, don't leave. You guys just sign.
She'd been photographed in a blood-stained outfit when arrested, but the image released to the press showed her in clean clothes. Why? Prosecutors insisted there was no cover-up, but former insiders say otherwise. Rumors swirled that Diddy personally orchestrated a campaign to protect himself and J-Lo from indictment. Shine later revealed in interviews that Diddy, the man he once idolized, allegedly turned on him. Was the justice system manipulated? Was J-Lo's innocence real or rehearsed? Many now believe she wasn't a bystander. She may have been a player. And in this courtroom drama, her silence may have bought her freedom while someone else paid the price.
Selling it and giving it to me, and I lived off of that money while I was healing. When I went through that doorway, it was very dark in that hallway, and all of a sudden, a man came upon me and tapped me on my shoulder and said, "Come this way." And when I turned around, he didn't tap anybody else. There were tons of people there. He tapped me. When I turned around and looked at him, I recognized his face instantly. The people who owned the club, the Burgos family, there were like brothers or cousins, and they all looked alike. When I turned around and looked at him, I recognized him to be one of them. He tapped me on my shoulder. "Sir, come to the front of the room. How did you know it was me in the dark corridor? How? But for the fact that you..."
One of the most shocking claims came not from a courtroom, but from R&B singer Jaguar Wright. She alleged that Jennifer Lopez and Diddy weren't just dating during the 1999 case. Wright claimed the quickie marriage was a legal move to keep J-Lo off the witness stand. Spousal privilege laws in New York protect married partners from being forced to testify against each other in criminal trials. If true, the alleged marriage was a chess move, a way to keep J-Lo's mouth shut without drawing...
Says that she witnessed Diddy assaulting after the alleged break-in at somebody's house. What did she say?
Just absolutely like horrific beating, similar, I would say, in the context of what we saw in that Intercontinental video, that when they eventually got to Kid Cudi's home and there was a confrontation and their words were shared, and Sean Combs had learned about the relationship with Kid Cudi and Cassie, that he just absolutely beat in a way that I think was grotesque and horrible. And even just some of the testimony you heard from Capricorn Clark throughout it, you can hear her voice cracking, her breaking down in many ways, and that continued in this testimony, talking about the alleged assault of Cassie by Sean Combs.
The media spun it as a glamorous love affair, red carpets, diamond rings. But if the marriage theory is real, their relationship may have been less Jenny from the block and more House of Cards. She vanished from the courtroom, testified nothing, and just like that, her name vanished from the prosecution's witness list. Not love, leverage.
He said, come back at 1 o'clock. Capricorn Clark is testifying, she's getting emotional and back and forth, you know what I'm saying? And one thing I didn't like about her testimony, and it had nothing to do with her, it was this bitch ass nigga Paul. Paul was taking her and to take a lie detector test because somebody had stole some jewelry from Puff, you know, and for 5 days they was locking her in this, taking her down to this dude who was giving her a lie detector test. But I don't understand why somebody would have to get somebody a lie detector test for 5 days. But it's the matter of fact how, you know, when she was testifying, she was saying Uncle Paulie was...
By 2023, the accusations against Diddy were no longer about music or money, but something darker. Multiple women came forward describing disturbing scenes from parties hosted by Diddy, sometimes called freak-offs, alleged drug-fueled gatherings involving underage girls, coercion, and humiliation. And what shocked many wasn't just what happened, but who was there. One woman, Misha, claimed that during one such party, Diddy sexually assaulted her in front of others, while Jennifer Lopez stood nearby. She didn't scream, didn't help, she just watched. Others claimed similar things, that J-Lo was at the parties, that she saw what happened and did nothing. In one disturbing allegation, a 13-year-old girl was reportedly brought to one of the events. Witnesses placed J-Lo at the scene, and still.
Happy to have you back on the platform, man.
Man, we've been here, done that. Let's do it again.
Yes, indeed, man. We got a lot to get into, man. There's a lot going on this week. The first week of Diddy trial. I got to get your opinion on that.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of people giving opinions now. At first, everybody was scared to give their opinion, and now they front and center telling all their stories, all they Diddy stories. He gonna break the internet. He gonna break YouTube. You see how many content creators is...
Before Ben, before Diddy, there was Ojani Noah, Jennifer Lopez's first husband, and one of the few people who for decades claimed to have seen the real J-Lo behind closed doors. After their split, Noah attempted to release private tapes he said revealed the dark side of Lopez. Footage he claimed would destroy her public image if it ever went public. His claims weren't just about infidelity. They hinted at violent outbursts, disturbing behavior, and involvement in shadowy circles long before she was a household name. She's not who you think she is, he warned during a 2009 interview.
And giving their opinion on this subject? Hell, man, it's crazy. Yep. So I guess you got a couple of questions for me right now, don't you?
Yeah, man, I got a lot to ask you.
All right, man. Hey, before you get started, man, I know most of this stuff is going to be about the trial and everything like that, but I just want people to know that I want to say something regarding the whole trial that came out that I thought that was significant. And another content creator had somebody who came out and spoke on this stuff, and this is about D-Rock. I did a whole, yo, you don't mind if I do this, Mighty, right?
Legal teams fought to bury the tapes, gag orders were issued, Noah was silenced in court, but his warnings echo louder today as federal cases circle around her old world. If Ojani was right, J-Lo didn't just rise through talent, she rose through control, silence, and secrets. And now those secrets are crawling back to the surface. Their reunion was supposed to be a fairy tale. After years apart, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck rekindled their romance in 2021, married in 2022, and were supposed to live out the dream. But by 2024, cracks were public and devastating.
And knew who it was and went downstairs to tap me. The netizens say he was tapping me to bring me with him because they wanted to finish me off since I survived. I don't know, but I knew in that whole mass of people going through, you tapped me. We heard another loud, like, boom, 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 and he didn't know what it was. Everybody was terrified in that corridor. He abandoned me and left me and ran off to his own safety. Now, I know there was surveillance because why would you tap me? Which begs to say, in the onset of the aftermath, it's not lost on me that he said, hey.
Multiple outlets reported that the FBI had shown Ben Affleck's surveillance footage during an ongoing investigation into Diddy's crimes. In the tape, Jennifer Lopez was allegedly seen at one of Diddy's infamous parties where disturbing things happened. Sources close to the probe said Ben was shattered. What followed was a slow unraveling. Awkward red carpet appearances, forced smiles, and Ben's signature grimace in full display. Paparazzi captured the tension, lip readers caught them whispering arguments, and then the floodgates opened. Suge Knight hinted at the existence of more tapes. Suey, a known Diddy associate, confirmed the FBI's possession of several damning videos. Ben moved out, divorce rumors turned into filings, and J-Lo, she doubled down on branding, launching a new beauty line while canceling interviews.
twins, Max and Emmy. They're now 6 years old, and it's a great picture of the three of you on the cover of the new People magazine.
Coming out this week, I think,
Jennifer,
yes.
When I saw this picture, the first comment I had, and it turns out that everyone in the room had the same comment, you don't seem like an animal person.
What?
No!
Oh, no. I grew up with dogs. I grew up with 2 Irish setters, a Doberman, all big dogs. I have 5 dogs now.
Really?
Yeah. I love animals, yeah.
Because we see you outside a lot, walking around in jeans and a cool t-shirt and some wedge sneakers, but we never see you with a leash.
No. Well, they're always outside at the house.
Yeah, running around.
I don't have to, like, walk them.
Yeah.
Now Jennifer's vanished, at least publicly. Jennifer Lopez has made no formal statements about the lawsuit's allegations or her resurfaced connection to Diddy's criminal past. Once a media darling, she's now skipping major appearances, canceling performances, and dodging red carpets. Insiders say federal investigators are quietly revisiting the 1999 case in light of new testimony. Social media detectives are doing their part too, digging up old photos, cross-referencing timelines, and re-examining her proximity to powerful men now accused of abuse, trafficking, and worse. And while the headlines grow louder, J-Lo grows quieter. Sometimes silence says more than words ever could.
Give me that tape. I'll pay you blah, blah, blah. If you are at the pinnacle of your career, at your success, you are only escalating up the charts and in your status in life. And this, if there's footage out there of you shooting somebody, do you want that to stand? Absolutely not.
Right, or even J-Lo handing the weapons over, all that could be on tape.
And if you look at Kim Porter's book, this is how I knew it was real, because she talked about things. I've never met Kim Porter, and she discussed things I know were real. And in the pages of that, she said, when her and Puffy were in the house and J-Lo came banging on the door, she bust in apparently and said, "Why did you shoot that lady? What you do that for? We got security to do that." And he told her, "Calm down, don't worry, you'll never see a day in jail."
This isn't just celebrity gossip anymore, it's a potential reckoning. As new evidence comes to light and old wounds reopen, one question echoes through both courtrooms and comment sections. Was Jennifer Lopez a survivor of a toxic empire or a queen who helped build it? If federal probes reopen the 1999 shooting case, J-Lo could face testimony, subpoenas, or worse. Her silence is no longer protection, it's suspicion. The public once saw her as a pop icon, but history may remember her as something else. The media gave us the glamorous Jenny from the block. What do you think about J-Lo's involvement in the Diddy Combs case? Kindly share your thoughts in the comments below.